Gaffer, we exit the Carabao Cup this evening in the hands of Lincoln City. What was your take on the result and performance this evening?
Well, the results are disappointing because we had ambitions to get through to the next round. We knew we were up against a strong lineup as soon as we exchanged the team sheets, and that's, to be fair, they're showing respect to us as a football club, naming such a strong team. They're a very good side, and you can see that they're a real threat from set pieces. I thought we started ever so well, played some really good football, and we were matched for Lincoln up until the set piece goals, which were disappointing from our point of view. Obviously, we knew there was such a big threat from them, but the lads persevered, you know. And I guess the disappointing aspect was the set pieces and becoming stretched for the third goal, which put a gloss on it for them. But we kept digging in, and it was nice to get a goal in the end for Ellis, his third game for the club so far this season. In amongst all that, there were plenty of positives. Lads coming into the team, 6 players that haven't been starting, and they performed very well for the club tonight.
You mentioned there things about the character, and I think particularly the first sort of half an hour of the game, I think we acquitted ourselves really well. A lot of quality, particularly in the final third, but without maybe quite carving out that real opportunity to get on the score sheet. Particularly, a tough physical side that Lincoln were. Sometimes you need maybe that moment of quality, a bit of luck, just to edge yourself ahead, and then who knows with the game.
Yeah, I mean, John Curzon's nearly scored, didn't he? Where he turned an acute angle in the box, and he nearly scored from that. Credit to their keeper for putting off a good save, a reflex save. But it was safe for both teams, really. Both teams had to work hard, and it was a real battle out there on a good pitch. And both teams tried to play football in the right way. Like I say, the set pieces, we worked on them yesterday, but throwing 6 players in, sometimes from an organisational point of view, if the picture doesn't look quite the same as it does in training, and then there's a lot of new bodies to problem solve at that time against high quality opposition.
You mentioned the sort of 6 players who came in. Obviously, the number of changes tonight. Even at this early stage of the season, how important is it for you to see the entire squad and to get minutes in the legs of all of the players?
I think it was imperative tonight to utilise the squad, to rest a few legs, to make sure that we're all fresh for Saturday, an important league fixture, but also to ensure that everyone feels valued, and putting them in which is a big game, Carabao Cup. We wanted to win the game. We're backing those lads, and I thought they stood up strong individually, and we'll keep working hard at different aspects, but I think the side is emerging well.
Yeah, one of those players who came in tonight was Bobby Faulkner on debut, Man of the Match award. How do you think he acquitted himself? He was sort of all action, really committed. A number of sort of last gasp blocks. I was really pleased with particular how he came into the side and sort of rewarded your faith in throwing him in tonight.
He was brilliant. He was absolutely superb. From minute 1, I knew he was on. He was only 21 last week and played with good maturity, but yeah, absolutely no messing approach to the game, and but also was that kick of pace. So the recovery tackles were superb, and he'll be a firm favourite, I'm sure, of the fans already.
Finally, just a quick one. Obviously, we had to finish the game with 10 men due to an unfortunate head injury by Jack Evans. Is there any news at this sort of early stage after the game of how his condition is? It looked like there's a lot of blood when he was
exactly. Well, the stitches. We'll have to see how he is, and look after the lad. It was a nasty gash, but he's also that type of player, isn't he? And that's what we've got here: courageous players putting their head in for the cause. And unfortunately, on this occasion, he's got a nasty gash, but let's hope he's okay.
Okay, thanks, Gaffer.
Cheers, thanks.